Do you feel that you're on the surface now?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. The first thing that I want you to do is to look down to your feet. Down to your feet. What are you wearing?
My feet are bare.
Bare feet. And I want you to touch your body. Does the body feel male or female?
Female.
Female, young or old?
Young.
Young. Very good. Now tell me, what are you dressing?
It was like a maybe like a lighter cream cotton nightgown or something.
White nightgown. Very good. I want you to take a look at your arms. Are you wearing any ornaments? No. Are you wearing anything on your head?
No.
No. Very good. I want you to take a look at your skin. What color is it?
It's white.
White skin. Very good. I want you to take a look around you. What do you see?
I'm in a forest.
I'm in a forest. Very good. Is it day or night?
It's day.
Day.
Daytime.
Very good. What is happening?
I feel like I'm spinning, like I'm twirling. My arms are out and I'm spinning.
I'm spinning. Very good. So keep doing that. And what do you feel when you spin like that?
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'm laughing.
And laughing. Very good. So keep having fun. Keep laughing. And is there anybody there with you?
I think so.
You think so? Just pay attention, see if you hear any noises or if you see anything else or sense anything else.
I sense somebody's with me, but I don't know if they have a body. Like, yeah, it feels like some sort of companion, but I don't know.
Good. So you don't have to know, just feel. So you just say that, I feel. So I want you to feel that, and I want you to connect with that energy. And you can even communicate with that energy. You can use your mind, you can use your thoughts, you can use telepathy. So as you keep spinning and having fun, ask that energy to identify itself or that presence.
It says it's my friend.
It's my friend. Very good. So what is it that friends do? They have fun together, right? What is your friend doing with you?
Keeping me company.
Keeping you company. How old are you there?
8.
8. Very good. And how do you feel about having that kind of company? It's an energy that is with you, your friend.
It feels good.
It feels good. Does your friend tell you things? Communicate with you normally?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Now, before even you tell me about it, do you feel that energy like more female or male energy?
Female.
Female energy. Very good. So tell me about your friend. What can you tell me about your friend?
I don't know, it just feels like we laugh a lot and run through the forest. And she plays games with me.
Who came with you?
And she plays games.
Oh, she plays games with you.
Me. Yeah.
So ask your friend, why doesn't she have a body? What happened?
She doesn't want to tell me.
Well, but when you have a friend, there's not supposed to be secret amongst friends. And that you both are supposed to be helping each other. She's helping you. She's keeping company. Now we might be able to help her and find out why she doesn't have a body. Just ask her. As you go deeper, 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 and connect with her. Deeper.
She was killed.
She was killed. I see. And ask her who killed her.
She's just saying a man.
A man.
She's showing me a picture, like of her, like by a creek. It's her dead, and her throat is cut. She's young.
She's young. How old is she, more or less?
Maybe 6 or 7.
Okay. Very good. Keep connecting with her.
The man has a hat. She's kind of showing me a picture of him, but she doesn't know his name.
Picture of a man. That's very interesting. Okay. You say by the throat, right? Very good. So ask your friend, why is it that she has not gone to the light? What is keeping her there? Why hasn't she gone to the light?
She says something about keeping me company.
Very good. And that's very nice of her. And do you think you need company? Do you feel lonely when you're not with her?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. Do you have parents?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you happy with your parents?
Feel sort of neutral.
Feel sort of neutral.
Yeah.
Do you have brothers or sisters?
She was my sister.
She was your sister.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And now I'm by myself.
So just connect with her feelings and her emotions. And if she wants to cry, let her cry through you. That's fine. Very good. So your sister, she was saying that she was killed by her father?
No,
No,
just by a man, but
by a man.
she doesn't know the name.
She doesn't know the name. Mm-hmm. Very good. What I see. So let's help your sister. Let's explain to her that she has to go to the light. That it's time for her to go to the light. Because yes, it's nice that she's keeping you company, but you will grow up and she will stay there. And who's gonna keep her company then? You can tell her how much you love her, how much you appreciate her company, but that it's time for her to move, to go to the light.
I don't want her to.
Mm-hmm. You don't want her to. Mm-hmm.
No.
I see. So that reminds me of these two men that were sent to jail. They were sharing the same cell for a lot of years. A lot of years. And the sentence of one of them was up. It was time for him to go back home. So the guy that was staying had mixed feelings. On one part he was sad because his friend, his mate, his cellmate was leaving. But on the other part of him was happy because he was going home. So it seems that it was time for your sister to go home. She's out of that body. She's out of this dimension, which, yes, could be like a cell sometimes. So you have two options. Either feel sad because she's not gonna be close to you in physical presence, or you can feel happy because she's finally free. What option would you like to take?
I know she has to go. I just don't really want her to.
Yeah, she has to go. And the fact that she goes to the spirit world doesn't mean that she's not going to keep connected to you. She can come anytime she wants to visit you. You see? So explain that to her as you go deeper. Deeper and deeper now. Very good. Do you want me to talk to your sister for a minute?
Sure.
Okay, lend her your mind and lips. 3, 2, 1. Hello, are you this girl's sister?
Yes.
What is your name?
Annabelle.
Can you repeat?
Annabelle.
Annabelle, okay, Annabelle. So I understand that your body just died, your physical body. But as you can see, you're a spirit, and your spirit never dies. And I want to thank you for keeping company of your sister. I want to thank you for that because she needs your company. But you know that it's time for you to go home, right?
I guess.
Right. Because if you stay there, what are you going to do? It's going to come to a time where your sister is going to grow and she'll have her own family and leave. What are you going to do? What are you going to do there without her? But if you go to the light, you can reunite with your soul group. You can plan your next reincarnation, and you can help your sister from the light, which is going to be easier and faster, right?
Okay.
What do you want to tell your sister now, before you leave?
How fun she is.
Just tell her, she's listening.
I enjoy running through the woods with you, playing games. I like laughing most.
What else do you want to tell her?
That it's not her fault. She, sometimes I think she thinks that somehow we got separated or something when I died, that it was her fault, but it wasn't her fault.
But it wasn't her fault.
No, it was her fault.
Why would she think it was her fault?
But we were playing a game, and then I think she just stopped playing it or something and went home, and I hadn't gone home yet.
I see. Okay. I see.
But I kind of just got distracted too, and started walking by the river.
So it was not her fault, really?
No.
Okay. Good. So, just give a big hug to your sister. You can explain to her that you will always be with her. And do you know your weight or your way to the light, or you need assistance for that?
I see it.
You see it. Very good. Before you leave, Annabelle, let me ask you a few questions. As you realize now where you are, time does not exist. Everything is happening now. Even though you are there in that life, your sister is there with you, but at the same time is here with me in a future life. This feeling of this symptom of how your body died by the throat, what happened? Was your throat cut?
Yeah.
Is that the same feeling your sister is gonna feel with the body she's gonna have as Kelly? Is that why she's feeling that thing in her throat and chest? Have you ever thought about that? You being close to her makes her feel that way? No, that doesn't belong to you.
Her throat's really tight right now.
Right. So I'm wondering if that is related to the way you died. Because when you're close to her, you transmit your emotions to her and your feelings. Is it possible?
Yeah.
Yes. Would you like to clear that from her? She doesn't need that. That belongs to you. She didn't have that problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and remove it. Let's put white light on the throat and your chest. And just remove that. And you let me know when that is clear.
Her throat feels better, but her chest is burning, and I don't think that the chest is from me.
Okay. Okay, we'll see that then later. Very good. Now, when you died and and she felt it was her fault. By any chance, did that create any feeling of abandonment in her? And you both keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. Let me know if the feeling of abandonment she's going to feel as Kelly comes from not being with you and feeling responsible for your death.
She feels responsible, but she does feel abandoned, but it's not from responsibility. It's just because I'm no longer there.
Okay.
So
that's what I thought.
She doesn't understand why I'm gone, and that's why she doesn't really want me to leave, because she already doesn't have me normal, and so the little she has me, she wants.
So she created that feeling herself of abandonment. You see that? When she didn't have to. Does that make sense?
No.
No?
How did she create it?
Because number one, she felt kind of guilty for your death because she was playing with you. Number two, she's experiencing not seeing you. So she's not feeling your physical presence. Feels like she's missing you. So in a future life, do you think that's going to cause her to feel like abandoned, not being able to see you, not being able to be with you? Or you think it comes from somewhere else?
I mean, she definitely feels abandonment with me. She gets sad and angry, and
okay.
She's not as close to our parents as she used to be, because they've sort of they can't be there for her as emotionally as they were because of their sadness around my death too.
I see. I see. So then, what would you like to tell her? She doesn't have to feel abandoned. Number one, the proof is that you're a spirit and you're there with her. Why would she feel abandoned if you're there with her? You'll always be with her. What do you want to tell her so that she doesn't feel that way?
That I'm always here.
Very good. So, put what?
She wants my parents to tell her that too, because she just feels like she's lost her whole family in some way.
You see where that feeling of abandonment is coming from? It all started with your death. Even though it was not her fault, even though it's not your fault. You see?
Yeah.
So just tell her that she doesn't need to feel that way. Not there, not in the future. That is always okay.
Yeah.
Good. Now let me ask you another question. She mentioned that she has this kind of feeling or aversion to men. Does he have to do anything with your death and a man killing you?
No.
No, not at all. Okay, good. So when you're ready, Annabelle, just when you're ready, I want you to go to the light Just give a big hug to your sister. And just go to the light. Continue your journey. Continue your evolution. You let me know when you're ready.
I'm going.
I'm going. Good. I'm staying with your sister. Now you're the sister. Can I have your name, please?
Alisa.
Alisa?
Yes.
Alisa, do you understand the process your sister is going through?
Yes.
So no need to feel guilty. No need to feel sad. No need to feel abandoned. You're actually learning from this as an experience. So remove that guilt from your heart. Remove that feeling of abandonment. Your parents feel that way because they miss Annabelle, not because they blame you. They're dealing with that their own way. You're dealing with that event your own way. But you don't need to feel abandoned. So from there, I want you to drift away from that scene. Drift away. And Alisa, I want you to go to the next important event in your life, the life of Alisa. Next important event. Drifting and floating, floating and drifting. Looking for the next important event. And you let me know once you're there. What is happening?
It feels like I'm in like a Wild West saloon town or something.
Is this the life of Alisa?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you much older?
Yeah.
And what is happening?
I'm just standing in front of the building looking, sort of just looking at the town. There's people and horses and carriages and like wagons. So it feels like I'm waiting for something, but I don't know what.
Very good. Just stay there and let me know if you feel happy or sad. How do you feel? Check your emotions. How do you feel?
I feel annoyed.
I feel annoyed.
Like I've been waiting for some time, and like I've been waiting on someone maybe.
Very good.
It's hot.
Move forward a little bit. Just move forward and see what happens. Who are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for?
I don't know. I see this man. He's dressed up.
How is he dressed?
Like some sort of black suit. With a hat.
Do you know this man?
I mean, I get the sense that I know him, but or know of him or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you feel about that man?
I don't like him. I feel like contempt towards him or something. Like just.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think you're waiting for? Why are you waiting for him?
It's not clear.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even tell if I'm interacting with him. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Just look around, you see what else you see, or if you see anybody else.
I think I'm waiting for him, but I'm not hiding, but I'm not in plain view.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a gun. I think I'm trying to decide if I'm trying to kill him or something.
I see. Okay.
Or I want to threaten him, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Mm-hmm. Just look with him. Just get to know him. Why are you upset with this man? Whatever comes to your mind first.
I think he's who killed my sister.
That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. I see. So move forward. I want to see what happens. What do you do?
I confront him. I put the barrel of the gun on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sort of pushing him through the street backwards. And I'm yelling at him. He's got his arms up. He looks confused.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Just don't know. Just feel it. Okay. Just let those words come out of you. What are you saying?
I want vengeance for my sister's death.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to hurt.
Mm-hmm. So let's move forward, see what happens. What is it that you do? What do you decide to do?
I don't pull the trigger. I think somebody tackles me.
Mm-hmm. Now I want you to look at this man in the eyes. I want you to remember that the eyes are the windows of the soul. Let me know if those eyes are or will be in Kelly's life.
I can't quite see him, but I feel like maybe it's my uncle.
Okay.
Like it doesn't look like him at all, and but that's the sense I'm getting.
Okay.
And he's the uncle in Kelly's life.
Okay. And move forward. Drift away from that scene. And move forward to the next important event in the life of Alyssa. What is happening now?
I'm old. I'm in bed.
Do you have a husband and kids?
Yeah, like what I'm seeing is like I'm just looking down into the room and I'm in the bed and there's just people around me, different ages of people. I think it's my family.
So check your body. What are you feeling? What symptoms are you having?
My chest hurts a lot.
Your chest hurts a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's just burning and burning. This pressure feels like somebody's sitting on it.
Now, as that body or your chest hurts and burns, what feelings or emotions are you feeling?
It's a mix. It's a mix of anger.
What are you angry about? Feel it. What are you angry about?
It feels like stuff around my sister's death.
Okay.
Like that there was no justice.
Okay. Good. So when you're ready, just want you to go ahead and move out of the body. Move out of the body now. And as you're now out of the body, you need to take a look at your body down there below. As you look at it, let's make a balance of that life. What do you think you had to learn in that life?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Were you able to pass that test, learn that lesson?
No.
No. Mm-hmm. How much time do you spend looking for vengeance? All your life. And as your body was dying, that anger, you were experiencing that anger as your chest was hurting, was burning. So let me ask you a question. Does that pain in that body is related to the same burning in the chest that Kelly feels?
Feels like part of it.
Mm-hmm. And is that burning related to anger?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what is Kelly angry about?
Feels like something around like lack of control.
Mm-hmm.
Like not being able to like a lack of empowerment or something.
Mm-hmm. Is it related to abandonment in any way?
Yeah.
The same abandonment you felt in that life that just ended.
Yeah, it feels connected because it's like I feel disempowered when I feel abandoned. And
mm-hmm. What happens when you are sent to learn a lesson and you don't learn it? You don't pass the test. What happens?
I have to learn it again.
You have to repeat it, right? So it seems that in the life of Kelly, you will come to repeat the same lesson. So in order to repeat the same lesson, that means that at some point Kelly needs to feel abandonment again, right?
Mm-hmm.
When has Kelly feel abandonment? At what time? When did the abandonment in this life started? As soon as she was born, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are here to learn not to feel abandoned, we learn by opposite. You first need to feel what abandon is in order to learn how not to feel that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what advice would you give Kelly so that this time in this life she learns that lesson and passes that test? Based on your experience, what advice would you give her? Maybe I should even start by asking you, have you forgiven the man that killed Annabelle?
No.
No. Mm-hmm. would you like to forgive that man now? Because he thought that by killing Annabelle's body, he was killing her spirit, but her spirit never died. She's always with you. And forgiving doesn't mean that you need to be okay with it. Forgiving doesn't mean that you're going to stop seeking justice. Forgiving doesn't mean that you're going to be friends with the person. Forgiving is just the decision of not drinking that poison that is only killing you, thinking that it's killing your enemy. Right. So are you ready to forgive the man that killed Annabelle?
Yeah, I just don't quite know how.
Healing and forgiveness comes with understanding. Understanding what you had to learn through Annabelle's death. If you say you chose that lesson yourself before reincarnating as Elisa, what would you say you had to learn in that life? You said forgiveness. So understanding that had to happen in order for you to learn how to forgive. Wouldn't that event have served its purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that the universe chose that man as an instrument to give you an option or to give you the opportunity to learn how to forgive. And if the universe just used that man as an instrument, why wouldn't you forgive that man? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just forgive. Just say, I understand. No why, but what for? Why that happened? What that happened for? What is it that you had to learn from it? And learn it. And transfer that lesson to Kelly. Because she started feeling abandoned as soon as she was born. She has lived most of her life feeling that way. And maybe not forgiving others for that. Is that right?
I feel like I've forgiven my mom for the initial
That's it.
abandonment. I understood it. But I don't know if I've forgiven other people in other ways. I've felt rejected. I think I've tried. I think I have moments of feeling that.
So, okay. So you as Kelly are going to feel rejected, right? Is that what you're saying? In the life of Kelly, you're going to feel rejected. So, if we choose our lessons before we reincarnate, and we learn by experiencing the opposite, whenever Kelly feels rejected, what does that mean she has to learn?
To forgive.
And self-love, maybe?
Yeah.
Because as long as you accept yourself, as long as Kelly loves herself, it doesn't matter if people reject you or not. That's their loss. You know who you are. You know how much you're worth. You know how much you love yourself. So what does it matter if they accept you or not? You see? So the universe is giving you this pattern of rejection, one after the other one. give you the option to learn that lesson. You have two options. We can blame others, we can feel sad, we can feel victims, or we can also recognize that that's a lesson we need to learn, and we learn it. And understand that that's the universe used all those other people as instruments for you to be able to learn that. You see? So, you as a spirit, as Alyssa, and as Kelly, I want you to scan all the events in Kelly's life where she felt rejected. Let's go through all those memories where she felt rejected. And in each of those events, you let me know if what she had to learn was not to love herself for who she is.
Yeah. Seems like with most of them, there's a way I'm not loving myself. I feel it like I'm upset, I'm abandoned and rejected, but there's part of me that also feels like I deserve it or something. So I'm not loving myself.
So how can we expect for people to love us when we don't love ourselves first? How can you love yourself? Just remember that you are light. Remember that you're a spark of light. That you're a spark of that source. Just remember that you have God within you. That source is within you because you are light. And just for the fact that you are light and you have that God, that source within you, it is enough reason to love yourself.
Yeah.
So I want you to expand that light within you. I want you to remember who you are. At least I want you to help Kelly remember who she is, how much she is worth. Just help her remember that all the events she's been through in life is just to empower her, not for her to feel rejected or abandoned. Is all the opposite, all the contrary. Those were opportunities for her to feel empowered, to remember that she is a light being, that she is special. And I'm going to ask Kelly, do you forgive yourself for not loving you enough?
Yeah.
Very good. Just put forgiveness in your mind and in your heart. Put acceptance. Remember that you are God. You are a spark of that light. Just make it shine. Just remember who you are. And now, Alisa, now that you have forgotten who killed Annabelle, is there any other advice that you want to give Kelly before we say goodbye?
I wanted to learn to let go.
Who's saying that, Alisa or Kelly?
Melissa.
Alisa, you want to let go. What do you want to let go of?
No, I want Kelly to learn to let go.
Oh, okay.
I didn't learn to let go. She holds on to some things too much, too long.
And that reminds me of the story of this man that used to sleep. Well, he was a homeless man, and he had one of those plastic bags. And what this man used to do every day was walk the streets looking for trash or dumps in a dumpster, or passing by houses and people were throwing away stuff that they didn't need. So this guy was picking up all those things and he was putting those things in the bag. And at the end of the day, he would use that bag full of garbage to sleep as a pillow. And the following day, he would wake up and go through the whole process again, picking up all the stuff that people were throwing away, that the stuff that they didn't use anymore, garbage. And at the end of the day, at night, he would use that bag as a pillow. Can you imagine how uncomfortable it was to have that bag as a pillow with all that garbage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it seems that that's exactly what Kelly has been doing all this time. She's been picking up stuff that people didn't use, garbage. She thought it was her, that she might be able to use it in the future, so she put it in a bag. At the end of the day, she would go to bed with all that stuff, all that garbage that she picked up from others. So this has been going on for a few years already. No wonder why it must be uncomfortable for her not to let go, you see?
Mm-hmm.
So Alisa, just ask Kelly if it may be time to let go of all that garbage that belongs to other people, stuff that other people threw away.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time. So I'm going to put my hand on your chest, Kelly, and I want you to put all the garbage, all that garbage that belongs to others, events, emotions, memories, thoughts that don't serve your purpose. That's garbage. Put it in my hand and I'll remove it. I'll take it away with me. I feel my hand getting heavier now. That's good. Put all that stuff, all those emotions, feelings. You let me know when you're ready. Okay, you're removing the garbage, removing. Gone. I want you to feel lighter, and removing. Good. Now I see an empty spot where all that garbage was. What would you like to put instead? Put something beautiful. Put something there. What would you like to put there?
Love.
Put love. A lot of love, especially self-love here and in your mind. From now on, every time you remember about those events, that garbage, you're going to remember about how much you're worth, how much you love yourself, and that you are a God because you are a spark of that source, of that light. Very good. So Alisa, thank you very much for your information and for working with me. Just continue your journey. Go where you have to go. And now, Kelly, I want you to disconnect feelings, emotions, and thoughts from that life. Nothing of what you have seen in that life is going to affect you. And now I'm going to count from 5 to 1. I want to see if there is another life that you need to examine, that you need to navigate. Remember that you're a spirit, that you can fly in time and space and go where you have to go. As I count 5, go back looking for another life. 4, going back in time and space. 3, are there now. That place where you are, take a look down to your feet. What are you wearing? Or do you find that life?
I think I'm in armor.
You're in armor? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Are you young or old?
I think I'm like a late teenage boy, 18 maybe.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Look around you. What is this place?
Sorry, I'm getting just a bunch of flashes of scenes. Like there's a flash of a scene of a bunch of us just sitting around in the woods, and then there's a flash of marching, and then a flash of a castle.
Okay. Good. How do you feel there? Do you feel happy? Is this a happy life?
I feel scared.
Mm-hmm. I feel scared. What is it that scares you?
Battle.
Battle? Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you forced to battle? Forced to go to battle?
It hasn't happened, but part of the fear is like it could happen at any time. It's like we expect it or something.
Okay. So move forward. Move forward and let's see what happens.
I'm in some sort of like farmhouse with a family or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's a woman, and I think she's got a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
small child.
Mm-hmm. So you see a man, or that man is you?
I'm the man.
You're the man.
But I'm not, they're not my, I feel like I'm still the soldier, but I'm not in my armor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking them for something, maybe food or...
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what do they tell you?
She's nervous. She's uncomfortable with me, but more so like I think maybe we're in the whole, like we're in the village as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And she's nervous. So she's like trying to get me some bread or something, but she's watching me.
She's afraid of you.
She's afraid of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like trying to assure her that I'm not there to hurt her, but she doesn't trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like glancing outside. There's other men. She's afraid.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel when you see this woman being afraid of you?
It's really uncomfortable. It's like I get it, I understand it, but it doesn't matter how much I try to tell her, like, I'm safe, she's safe with me.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't believe me.
She doesn't believe you.
No.
That makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable, it makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me feel like yeah, like there's nothing I can do to change her mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's drift away from this scene. And let's go to the next important event. Next important event. Mm-hmm. What is happening now?
It looks like this village is being burned or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's on fire. It's weird though. It's like there's chaos, but my experience of it is like slow motion or something. So I'm trying to understand what's happening because
Mm-hmm.
it's like there's chaos and screaming and running, and I'm just standing there like deaf or something.
Like deaf or something?
Yeah, like I'm deaf. Like I can't. It's like I'm watching people scream, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
hearing it, and I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm frozen.
Mm-hmm. Now check your emotions as you're experiencing that. How do you feel?
Helpless.
Helpless. Mm-hmm. Do you know who's creating that chaos in that place?
My the people I'm with,
Mm-hmm.
the unit I'm in, we just like ransacked this village or something.
Mm-hmm. Do you know that was going to happen?
No. And I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think there's even any men here. I think it's just women and children, and I don't know why it's happening.
So for some reason the woman was kind of right about being afraid.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Good. As you go deeper, deeper, and deeper now, let's move to the next important event in that life. What is happening now?
I don't see anything, but I am having this like this feeling in my body of deep sadness
Mm-hmm.
that even though I didn't partake in that scene per se, in a violent way, I didn't stop it, and I didn't, like my frozenness, I was kind of a bystander. And I just feel all this regret at not doing more, not stopping it, not protecting those innocent people.
Okay. So you feel like you had no control when that took place?
Yeah, it's like in the moment I didn't feel like I had control, but looking back, I feel like I should have done something. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, so let's move forward. Up to the last minute of that life. Let's see how it ends.
I can't see it.
And feel it, sense it. Go to that moment and see or feel what the body is feeling as that is happening.
I feel a lot of shame.
And
regret.
A shame and regret.
And I realize how I ended up living a life of a lot of solitude or quietness, like not speaking up, not sharing, not. It made me feel very alone. I was very alone.
Okay. Let's go to the time where you move out of the body. I want you to make a balance of that life. What do you think you had to learn in that life?
I think I was supposed to use my voice. I think I was supposed to speak for I think I was supposed to feel more empowered to try to do something.
Were you able to pass that lesson?
No.
No. Okay. So based on your experience, what advice would you like to give to Kelly? Because it seems that at certain points in her life, Kelly is going to feel the same way you were feeling in that life. Like not being able to control the situation, not being able to speak up and express what you feel and think. What else relates from that life to this life that Kelly has? Self-love, maybe? Afraid of being alone?
She feels strongly in this life about using her voice for the voiceless.
Has she been doing it?
She does, not all the time. She sort of ebbs and flows, but
okay.
But she's using her voice for the voiceless, but she doesn't always use her voice for herself.
Okay. So what can you tell her about that?
That she needs to speak for herself. She needs to honor what she's feeling and thinking, even if she feels like she may be rejected. To share with those around her, or in whatever scenario, what's happening for her.
Is that related to self-love, loving herself?
Yeah, it's honoring herself and her needs and her wants and her emotions. And when she does that, she's loving herself, and she's honoring even the relationship. She's letting the other people know about her, what's happening for her. And they can choose what they're going to do with it, but it's for her, but it's actually for the whole.
Okay.
There's lessons to be learned for the others when she uses her voice.
Right. It's a two-way street. Right. Okay. Good. Anything else you want to tell Kelly?
But it's okay to be as sensitive as she is. She often sort of feels like she's too much. Like her emotions and sensitivity to the things in the world. But that's it's a tool. And she may not always be understood for it, and may even feel rejection at times from it, but it's okay. It's important. It's part of who she is. There's a lot of gift in it, and she'll know at some point the power that comes from it as she continues to work through it and with it.
Very good. Now, as I am talking to you, you're a spirit that just finished her life, but at the same time, you're a spirit in Kelly's body, so really you are Kelly's higher self. So I'm going to address you as a higher self so that Kelly understands better who you are and how come is it that you are giving all that advice with that wisdom. Is that okay if I ask you a few more questions that she brought?
Sure.
Good. So she mentioned a version with male, like with men. Where is that coming from? Is this related to a past life or originated in this one?
All I'm willing to say at this point is that there was an aversion there, yes, and it in and of itself is part of her path. I know she wants details, and really the details in this situation aren't really important. She can sit with the aversion. She can, work with it, heal with it. But ultimately, like, it's part of the aversion keeps her. It's not bad. Like, it's not something that really needs to necessarily be fixed or healed or balanced as she thinks. It's okay that it's there, and it keeps her on the path that she actually needs to be on.
So you serve her purpose.
Yeah, it's part of her. It's serving her. And at some point it won't play much of a role. It doesn't even play much of a role right now fully. It's just up because she has a level of wanting wholeness, and so anything that doesn't feel whole, she wants to bring into integration. But she can kind of just let it go. Like, she doesn't need to put focus on it. Let it just be. And if it arises, to sit with it, acknowledge it, accept it. But she doesn't have to try to do anything with it, fix it, change it. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Now, I know we've already been talking about lessons during this whole time. Is there any lesson that she's not learning? I think we talked about that already. But if there's anything else you want to add.
She's learning the lessons of love, and she struggles with self-love. It's like it comes and goes in waves. She has periods in her life where she feels more empowered around loving herself, and then periods where she doesn't. And she's very hard on herself.
Does she have to be?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
So she's learning the lessons of love, unconditional love, forgiveness for herself and for others.
What about the issue with her skin? Yes, skin breakouts. Huh? What is that related to?
It's related to like toxin buildup that is expressing itself through her skin.
Okay.
It's related more to emotional release than physical. Although she knows that cleanses are good for her, and fasting is good. She's a bit stubborn at times to do them, but it wouldn't be a bad thing for her to do those regularly.
Understood. Okay. She also wanted to find out about her highest purpose and if she's supposed to be helping others using hypnosis or learning. What is her purpose in this life besides just being?
Being.
Just be.
Being is her purpose.
Good. All right. Is there anything else you would like to say before we say goodbye? Because she wanted to see if she can get to the root of where she's coming into birth as energy. Is that something that you can show her?
Yeah, the separation. She really wants to get to the root of that and really experience and be in the world as a unified being.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just smiling at her.
Mm-hmm.
She's part of that is this drive of like, oh, I want to get that, I want to do that, and it's just the opposite of being.
Just relax, right?
It's the opposite, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that it's important for her to do the meditation and to do her, and she knows all about surrender. It's part of her practice, and just reminding her to just keep relaxing into her beingness.
Okay.
And to be gentle with herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. So thank you very much for your information. Would this be a good time to disconnect so you can disconnect from her? Or if there's anything else?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm.
We can disconnect.
Okay, good. Thank you for the information. Please go where you have to go, and I want Kelly's consciousness to reincorporate to the body. Now, Kelly, I want you to go and move forward. Go to this mountain, this place in nature where you want to just relax. And as you relax and walk around that place, I want you to recharge your energies. And in a moment, I am going to count from 1 to 5. And as I count, I want you to see yourself going up the stairs. As you go higher and higher, you're gonna feel lighter, refreshed, super happy. Coming back to this place, here and now. 1, start coming up. Slowly now. 2, feeling lighter and lighter. Disconnect feelings, emotions, and thoughts from any lives we have visited today. Nothing of what you have seen is going to affect you. We just visited those lives to gather information, to get a better understanding. 3, keep coming back, feeling wonderful, refreshed. Keep coming back. Today you're gonna remember that no more feeling of abandonment, that you're going to love yourself, that you're a spark of light and you have God within you. No insecurity, no issues with your skin, no feelings in your chest or throat. You know that where that was coming from. No fear of being alone. Just want you to incorporate all that knowledge, all that information that you got today. 4, keep coming back. Every night when you put your head on the pillow, I want you to sleep peacefully until the next day, unless you have any plans with a partner. And when you wake up, you will feel totally rested, refreshed, super happy, ready to get up and conquer the world, ready to come back the happiest woman in the universe. And 5. Opening your eyes. Welcome back. How do you feel?
I don't know.
How long do you think we have been working so far? Since we started with the chair. How long does it feel like?
Hour and a half.
2.
2 hours.
2 hours. You remember everything we talked about?
I think so.
Annabelle?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You now understand where those feelings were coming from?
Yeah. That's so strange. I'm someone that doesn't, I feel like this Kelly doesn't experience like vengeance or hold on to like feeling being wronged or something.
But Alisa did experience that.
Oh wow, it was strong. But I can feel that there's, even though it's not a conscious, like that doesn't play out strongly, there's subtleties that that plays out. Yeah.
So before we started the session, we were talking about patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So you now see which patterns repeat over and over, right? The feelings of that you were experiencing abandonment and like self-love and insecurities and all that stuff doesn't come from this one. You're still being given a chance to learn those lessons, but those lessons are coming from past lives.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I had clients whenever I asked the question, how many lives have you spent trying to learn this one lesson? They said 4, 7, so it takes a few lives to learn just one, right? So save some time, right? Now you have the answers.
Yeah.
Good, and just relax, because it's been a long time. 2 hours has been a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the question I ask everybody. Will you be willing to share your session in my channel, or you want to keep it private?
You can share.
We can share it?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So I'm going to change the camera for you. And so my name is Antonio Sangio, and I practice and teach introspective hypnosis. This session was kind of different. This was not introspective, even though it had some ingredients, but was more about past life regression, which is what you were looking for, and that's what you got. Awesome. So I'll go ahead and disconnect the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.